Welcome back. So this is going to be my most informative episode yet. Okay. I've learned a lot of important things in the YouTube streets that I think would be helpful to you guys. Now, if you guys are know-it-alls and what I'm about to say isn't going to help you, fine. I'm going to speak to some people that may be having some difficulty with their streaming as far as emotionally, even physically, or what they're dealing with that they're surprised that they're dealing with since they joined YouTube as a YouTuber and are facing in the YouTube streets. Now, let me stress, the YouTube streets is a subculture of YouTube, right? It's not all of YouTube. I'm specifically speaking about the YouTube streets, what's called the YouTube streets, where the beefs happen, where people argue for months and months, where reaction videos are reacted to and then reacted to again, where there is a lot of vitriol amongst people that look like each other and have the same goals, right? So it's a whole different demographic. If you're not in the YouTube streets, you may still find this useful for other environments. I'm usually in the YouTube streets. 2022, I will be branching out because I gotta say the YouTube streets sometimes can get lame and it's limited. And I'm gonna explain why. So I have 10, and you better stay till number 10 because 10 is going to be the most important, but 1 through 9 are going to be super useful and you will need them to navigate the YouTube streets. So welcome. I know I'm late. Thank you for hanging in there with me. So let's jump right into it because yes, mama has things to do after this. Mainly the gym because we got to stay healthy, right? Okay, guys, so let's jump right into it. Again, I'm speaking specifically about the YouTube streets, or what's been called the YouTube streets. And what I've learned being here the last couple, I would say, months, even though I started a YouTube channel many moons ago, but I wasn't consistent like I am now. So these are some of the things I've learned and I've noticed, and I think it would be good for you to notice and realize, right? You have to grasp these things because a lot of people ignore them and they're in denial, and then they end up stressed out, just really depressed even from dealing with a couple of these people that you have to deal with in the YouTube streets, right? Now, of course, on the YouTube streets, everything goes a lot faster than the real streets, right? And everything is inflated. It's kind of like liquor, right? When someone is perfectly sober, they act a certain way, then they drink liquor, and then it's like they become more of the person that they are, or they become uninhibited with the things that they've been holding back, right? So YouTube is pretty much like liquor, right? Where it's like you act one way offline and then you're on YouTube and it's like now you got muscles, now you're tough, now you only date the baddest chicks in the game, now you're the richest person on the block. You know, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo and BS that goes on in YouTube streets that's not real, that you can easily fabricate unless someone doxes you or whatever. And even then sometimes, you know, that's BS because the doxing is biased, right? So let's get into number 1 through 10, right? And of course, I'm gonna leave this up and share this. If you have someone who's a lot younger than you, you know, you have a teenager that's starting a YouTube channel on the YouTube streets, this would be good for them as well. This is good for older people who get exhausted really quickly, and for us middle people who kind of like get stressed when we hear a lot of people arguing, right? Okay, all right, guys. So let's start from the beginning because I have to get through 10. Again, welcome and thank you for being here. All right, so let's go to number 1, which people may say, duh, no kidding. So number 1 that I learned is start where you are with what you have. Start your YouTube channel where you are with what you have. Do not be afraid of what people on the YouTube streets are going to think about your background, about your microphone, about your camera, about your lack of light, right? Because everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. And if you have good topics and you're interesting or you care about your appearance, you will get eyes on you. I don't care if it's 5 people, that's 5 people that decided to spend time with you, then be somewhere else. So please start where you are with what you have. Don't be afraid of you struggle streaming. It is okay. Start where you are, even if you're starting with your cell phone. Just start. okay? Wet your beak, okay? Like get in there, just start, get the feel for it, because it may not be for you, you don't know, but just start. Don't worry about, oh my God, I got to get a $200 ring light and I don't have a Mac and my microphone is busted. Don't worry about any of that. If you are interesting, people will watch you, okay? So worry more about being interesting than your lighting. With that said, we need to see you. So make sure you're at least in a very well lit room so we can see you. I know, as a matter of fact, that people that cam up do better than people that hide behind avatars, because avatars are not as interesting as people that are live and can look you in the eyes, right? So that's number one. Start right where you are with whatever you have. And I'm going to be looking at my notes because I did this really, really quickly. This was just something that was on my heart that I wanted to share with people. And hopefully this makes you guys better. Okay. So start with whatever you have, where you are. Okay. So that's number one. Start. Stop saying you're going to do it. Stop hanging out in other channels and chats and saying you're going to do it. Do it. Right. Because if you do it and do it well, there's some passive income that you can gain from this, right? As you know, there's money on YouTube. So why leave money on the table? So start right where you are with what you have. Number two is don't sub or like watch. Focus on you. Don't sub or like watch. Focus on you. What happens a lot of times when you're on YouTube and in the YouTube streets, everybody's always weaponizing how many subs they have, right? Or how many likes they have. It's a big thing in the YouTube streets. And again, the YouTube streets can get just as silly as any hood in America. I am from the South Bronx. So in the South Bronx, we don't have a lot financially. We normally don't. Inner cities, ghetto kids or whatever. I was a ghetto kid, right? And I mean ghetto in the sense of anywhere where there's a lot of people that are marginalized and disenfranchised. And that doesn't mean a certain race, right? Because the word ghetto came, as you know, from white people, if I believe, but I don't want to get into that. But anyway, so like I was saying, in any hood on these streets, right, with the letter Z at the end, not the S, we don't have a lot. So we use stupid things, right, to feel better than the next person. Like we'll be like, yo, I got the new J's. What are those? What are you wearing? So that doesn't stop at any age, okay? Because there are people in the YouTube streets who are 40 and 50 still trying to point out and use as leverage that they have more subscribers than you do, which I think is really silly because you can buy subscribers, right? There are ways that you can manipulate YouTube to make yourself look popular. But like I said, these are the streets. And in the streets, people who don't have a lot outside of the streets use silly things like to make you feel a certain type of way. Like, that's why you only had 100 subscribers, not have 5,000, right? People do that. So don't let that get you. Don't let that discourage you. All right. Keep pushing, keep going. It doesn't matter. Build it. They will come. You will find your audience. So don't sub watch. Don't go scrolling and be like, oh my God, this person has 5,000 subs and I just started with 2 subs. What am I going to do? By subs, I mean subscribers. Like watch also. What people, how many times people are liking a video. Don't sub or like watch because it'll throw you off. Focus on you. Focus on your content. Focus on you and on your content. Don't watch what everybody else is doing, because what happens when you're running and you look to your left or your right or behind you, you slow down, right? So don't sub or like watch. Focus on you, please and thank you. Okay, number 3. This is a very, very, very important one. Collab with caution. And I know you're probably thinking, really? I need caution to collab? Yes, yes. Collab with caution. Take a look around at the person that's hitting you up to collab with you, because a lot of people, when they see you looking shiny or controversial or interesting, what they want to do is collab with you, because we're all trying to make content, right? So we're all trying to collab with somebody we think will bring something dope to our channel. That's what happens in the YouTube streets, right? That's people want to collab. I say collab with caution. I've made the mistake of collabing with pure 100% uncut assholes. Okay. I've done it before, because what I do is I scroll like everybody else and I'm like, oh, this person looks interesting, or this person looks smart, or this person was funny. Well, let me collab and jump on their panel. And a lot of times it backfired because those people were just assholes, right? And I was looking at the surface. I didn't bother to research because I take YouTube pretty light, like a lot of people. So I'm not gonna, check your YouTube page and see everything you've done, or check your Instagram page and see how you feel about women or vodka or avocado. I just don't, right? But I say now I've learned collab with caution. If you want this person on your panel, remember that YouTube is forever. You are immortalized here, okay? Not even if you delete a video, someone else has it somewhere. YouTube has it, okay? So collab with caution. If you see someone that looks interesting, take 2 or 3 minutes, scroll their pages, look at their content, go to their Instagram even, and see if this is somebody that is worth you collabing with, because there are a myriad, a plethora of agendas on YouTube, and they're not all good and they're not all productive. And a lot of them, 9 times out of 10 on the YouTube streets, are very self-serving, okay? So collab with caution, okay? Don't make it a free-for-all starting out. So I'm gonna be looking at my notes if you see me looking down, because I'm trying to make this as informative for you guys as I can. That is number 3. And if you're just getting in, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You may have to do the replay to get numbers 1 and 2, but I'm doing 10. And I don't think I'm going to be long, but please stick around for 10 because it really is the most important thing. So let's go to number 4. Don't get attached. People switch up faster on YouTube than real life. Okay? Don't get attached. People switch up faster on YouTube than in real life. Why? Because it's very easy to do and you can do it with a click, right? Just one click of a keyboard. Delete, unsubscribe, block. Okay? So do not get attached. I've seen in certain rooms, on certain panels, people get attached to the people that they've been on with for weeks or even months. Even they get attached to these people, right? These relations, right, become real to them, right? And they hang on a little too tight, forgetting that YouTube is still the virtual world, right? People, you can't touch people here. You can't sit with them unless you arrange it. Unless the vibe is so dope, okay, that you're like, you know what, let's hook up. I'm gonna be in your city or you're gonna be in my city. But 9 times out of 10, again, I say do not get attached, right? These are casual encounters and these are casual collabs. And by casual collabs, I mean there are no contracts. When you join someone on their panel, I don't care if you're there every day. Did you sign a contract? Are you on payroll? Are you related to this person? Are you married to this person? Were there promises? Were there verbal agreements? If not, do not get attached, okay? Do not get attached. I've seen people get attached to other people in this world, and it ends very, very badly, okay? Especially on the YouTube streets where you don't know people prior to camming up and just liking their personality. Do not get attached. People switch up quickly here. When you build friendships in person, when you build relationships in person, it's different. You are looking someone in the eye. You are smelling their aura. You are in their environment. You are sharing meals and breaking bread and talking about dreams and hopes and aspirations and planning a future together, right? It's harder to let go of that person, right? Because you're interacting in person. But on YouTube, right, it's easier for someone to switch up on you quickly because, like I said, you can do it at the click of a button, right? Oh, I don't like what you said later, right? So don't get attached, especially when you don't know how attached the other person is. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because the other person may want to not deal with you and there's nothing malicious about it. But we are all human beings. We change every minute of the day. I'm literally not the same person I was when I started this stream. Humans change every minute of the day. So if you have no contracts, no verbal agreements or anything like that, or anything tying you two together, do not get so attached that when that person wants to move on, you are destroyed now. Okay? You're destroyed. So let's go to... Wait, before I go to number 5, I wanted to add this for number 4, because like I said, I have notes. Attention, getting attention is like any other drug, right? Getting attention is like a drug. People don't think it is, but it really is like a drug, right? That's why women start showing less and less and less. You know, I mean, start showing more and more and more of their body online, right? It's like this attention. So all I gotta do is like show my nipples through my t-shirt and I get more attention, right? And then people get addicted to that. So all I gotta do is like twerk and show the crack of my ass and I get 1 million followers, right? Attention is like a drug, right? Same way guys with the money phone and showing their cars and, you know, their muscles and taking off their shirts. Attention is like a drug, right? So I say, like any other drug, some people get real chill and generous and happy and touchy-feely, right? I don't know how many of you have done ecstasy. I've never done ecstasy, but I heard when you do ecstasy, you get really, really chill and happy. You like touching people, right? So that's type of a drug. And then sometimes people take drugs like crack and then they become tyrants, or they drink too much liquor and they become tyrants. Attention works the same way. Some people get attention and become really friendly and want to share the love, right? And share the attention and pull you into their success. And some people become tyrannical. They become utter assholes and tyrants because now they feel more important than you. Like I said before, people will bring up, I have more subscribers than you. And they actually think that's a power play, right? Against you or something. So be very, very careful because yes, attention is a drug. Don't underestimate it. You're going to hear me say, don't underestimate a lot during the stream. So let's move on to 5. And thank you for bearing with me. Looking at my nose, welcome if you just came in the room. These are the 10 most useful things you should know before navigating the YouTube streets, which is different than navigating regular YouTube, as you know, as you've seen, I'm sure. Number 5, respond to the bullshit said about you if you must, but move on or you'll limit your audience, okay? And forgive me because I repeat myself a lot, but some people come in after. So let me say it again. I repeat it because I think it's important. And sometimes you don't get it the first time. Number 5, respond to the bullshit said about you if you must, but move on or you'll limit your audience. Now, a lot of us are like, I don't care. I don't care what they said about me. I don't care what he said. I don't care what she said, whatever. A lot of us do care. A lot of us do care because we feel like, oh my God, I have an audience and I don't want my audience to think that what this person said about me that doesn't even know me, they're going to believe it. Oh my God, right? So I have to respond to this bullshit. What I like doing when I get called out or someone's trying to say something about me that isn't fucking true, or they're trying to exaggerate an incident that happened. They saw me in a verbal altercation with somebody and they're trying to exaggerate what I meant or try to add to what I meant or change what I meant. Yes, you should respond because, you know, we're all independent kind of contractors who have our own TV shows on YouTube. That's basically what it is. That's why they're called channels, right? And if you don't like somebody, you change the channel or you go on their channel, right? So respond to the bullshit if you must. Some people like, I don't care what you say about me, right? And I think the more famous you become, right, the less you care. But sometimes while you're climbing, you have to be like, wait, pump the brakes. I have to respond to this asshole, right? I have a golden rule. I don't respond to people that have less than me because I'm pulling them up to where I am, right? And I did that the other day, but I only spent 30 minutes on it on a 7.5-hour stream. I had to address it because they were trying to paint me as something I wasn't. And this guy is a specific troll where he's constantly jumping on everybody's stream. He's like a parasite, right? Where his page isn't really popping. So what he does is tries to join as many YouTube channels on the YouTube streets there is. So he is taking my name around and around, right? Even though he has nobody really following him and he's a whole loser. Like I was like, let me address this idiot, right? But aside from that, my golden rule is do not get in a verbal fisticuffs with someone who has less of a following than you because you are promoting them and pulling them up, right? So try your best not to do that. No matter what they say, try your best not to do that. Now, I will say, if someone has a bigger following than you, you respond to that motherfucker, okay? You respond to them because we're all trying to get eyes on us on YouTube and we're all trying to brand, right? Even though you hear a lot of people say, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. I'm here for the community. I want the brothers and sisters to come together and be one. And hogwash and bullshit, okay? A lot of them people that talk like that aren't even boots on the ground. They don't do community work. They don't help at-risk youth. They don't donate to nonprofits. Don't believe the bullshit. If you are on YouTube, you are trying to monetize and you're trying to make a brand. So don't fall for the BS. So again, do not respond to all the bullshit, but if you must, make sure that you're doing it for a good reason and it's not just a knee-jerk reaction because someone says something about me, so I got to say something back. Breathe, listen to what they said, look at who they are, see what their following is, and ask yourself, is it worth it or beneficial for me? Or can I make it funny or entertaining if I respond? Because remember, you are here for you, your brand, and your following. So you have to make it interesting at least. Don't just jump on here and turn on your camera. I'm gonna get back at that person who said, because now it's like you literally lose people and you end up looking crazy. So make sure you breathe, do your notes and say, okay, I'm going to respond to this BS, but I am going to move on. It is important that you move on, even if that other person responds, because you'll limit your audience, right? Whoever subscribes to you likes something about you and they like, you know, coming back for that particular content. So you want to keep delivering that particular content to those people. Okay. So don't make it, oh, every time I'm on his page or on her page, there's always a problem, right? Because then you start losing people. So you have to be entertaining. This is TV. This is YouTube TV. Okay. Keep that in mind. Numero 6. Okay. And this sounds like a no-brainer, but so many people can't do it. I know when I first started YouTube, maybe like a year ago, it was hell, okay? I could not be consistent. I had other things to do. I had, more important pressing that I had priorities, and we all do, right? YouTube is not a priority unless, like a lot of people, you don't have any other job in the world, okay? Then it's your priority, and I suggest you're on here every day, all day, if this is your only job. And a lot of people, believe it or not, have quit their day jobs to do this because there's mucho dinero here if you're consistent. So be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. Consistency will have somebody that looks like a complete and utter frog, okay? Consistency will have somebody that looks like a frog, okay, outwork you. And you'll be sitting there like, I'm tired, like DMX said, I'm tired of seeing sucker niggas that made it. You know why they made it? Because they are consistent. So you could be as beautiful as you want to be. You could be as funny as you want to be. You could be as built as you want to be, okay? You can be as smart as you want to be. You could be as intellectual as you want to be. If you are not consistent, nobody cares, right? And we've all seen the meme, work harder. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you have to do. So consistency, consistency, consistency if you want to be successful in damn near anything, but especially the YouTube streets, because again, life moves at a faster pace online. It moves at a much faster pace. That's why you can see somebody post, rest in peace, my son just died. And then an hour later, hey, I just bought these jeans. You like them? That's what humans are turning into. So you have to understand the pace of this is like a highway. You're not driving around a little town, you know what I mean, down south somewhere with one gas station. This is the motherfucking highway and everybody's speeding. Everybody's speeding. So be consistent if you want to stay in those algorithms, okay? So that's number 6. Number 7, and we're almost done here, guys, but I may have a bonus one for you at the end if I finish too soon. Number 7, find your tribe, but pick winners. This is very important. Find your tribe, but pick winners. And remember, everyone you start with, you won't continue or finish with. This goes back to what I was saying. Do not get attached, right? Of course, there's strength in numbers, as we all know. There are some people that come on here dolo and never pull people up on the panel, and they are stellar, and they're just like a million followers, right? And there are other people that work better in groups, and then you have more interaction when you find your tribe. But pick winners. I can't tell you how many YouTube channels I've been on where I'm like, why is this person? That's a lame. That's a lame. That dude's not funny. That woman never cams up. Why is she here? You have to pick winners. If you're going to be a boss knows how to delegate. A boss knows how to pick winners. Find your tribe, but pick winners. Don't be the one shining in the middle and have 4 or 5 lames around you, right? Because that's like Destiny's Child, when it was like Beyonce was always in the middle, and then Kelly and Michelle were trying to keep up in the background. Like, okay, we're coming. You don't want that. You want an all-star panel. I'm about an all-star team. I do my best to pick winners and hang with winners, right? Like attracts alike. So I look at you sideways. If you're there, the one that's shining, you got like 6 panelists that you're always rocking with, and they're lames. And sometimes people do that on purpose so they could shine. I don't give a damn. I feel like I shine with an all-star team, okay? It's enough for everybody. But I'm not insecure like that. I don't care, and I'll get into why, okay? But so yeah, find your tribe, but pick winners. And remember, everyone you start with, you won't continue or finish with. It is okay that people branch out and say, I don't really want to rock with you anymore, or I don't feel this way, or this was cool for me in the beginning, but now the opinions you guys have is a little too much for me, and I want to go this way, right? Everybody you start with, you're not going to continue or finish with. Don't take it personal. Again, this is the YouTube highway. This is the YouTube streets. People move in and they move out. People buy different cars. People go to different neighborhoods. People change. Things happen personally in people's lives. And they're like, I don't want to address women like that anymore. I don't want to address men like that anymore. Or I'm married now, so I don't feel like the single bitter chick. Or I'm divorced now, and I do feel like the single bitter chick. And you guys are too friendly over here. So understand that everybody you start with, you don't have to continue with or finish with. And it is okay, por Dios, mi gente. Some of you get too attached. Let them go. Keep going. If what you have is legit and is real and people rock with you, let them go. And let them go amicably. Let them go without animosity. Just let them go, right? As these go, may others come. And that's how life is. As these go, may others come, right? So number 8. And I'm sorry, guys. I know you probably got my comments lit, and I am going to look through them, but I just want to get through this list, okay, so I can get it all out. But I'm finishing early, so I'm definitely going to be looking through your comments, okay? And also, please, 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 I don't know everything. If you guys have learned something on these YouTube streets that will help me, or you feel will help your fellow man or woman, drop them in the comments. Drop them in the comments. Whatever I missed that you noticed about the YouTube streets, share it with the people, okay? Number 8. Share the love even when someone surpasses you. Don't panic. People panic when they feel like other people are passing them in the same genre, right? Or in the same category or at the same job. They panic, right? It's like, oh my God, I brought this person in and now they're doing better than me, right? You panic, right? Don't panic. Don't panic, right? Because what's for you is for you. Aside from that, what you work for, nobody could take from you, okay? You're the only you. They are the only them, okay? Don't panic. Share the love. So let me go back to my notes here. And this is why I say share the love even when someone surpasses you. Don't panic. You may bring somebody into your situation that goes past you, that does better at it, right? But I would hope to think that that person in the future will remember you put them on. And that doesn't always happen, people. And that's okay, because humans are going to human, right? Humans are going to human. But there are people out here that when you put them on and they get past you, they never forget that thing that you did. So you never know if you're putting on someone who passes you and is going to walk you in a door later that you need to get into. This is why I say don't panic. Don't be the duck. I think it was Daffy Duck with the big golden egg. He couldn't even carry that egg, and he kept saying, mine, my egg. You can't even carry the egg. If you had 5 people with you, you could carry that egg, right? So similar on YouTube, people are afraid to put certain people on, right? Because they're like, I don't want her over here to outshine me. I ain't bringing him over here. He's way funnier than me. I ain't bringing him over here and make me look dumb like I ain't the funny one. Don't do that. Don't panic. Bring them in, right? You're as good as your team, and you want an all-star team. You want people, when they're scrolling YouTube, you want them to be like, yo, that panel is dope. And you want them to come back, right? It's the same reason why we watch sitcoms. Everybody's attractive or dope or funny. Everybody's doing the one. That is what you want. Don't panic. So everybody can't rock till the end, but it's okay, because that is life. Right now, you are not probably with your first love or your first job, right? Life goes on. Find your tribe, right? Find your team, right? Share the love. Don't panic if they're looking like they're passing you, because that person may get you into a room later on that you may need to get into, okay? So don't panic. And if it turns out to be you help somebody and they're the asshole that doesn't even look back, fuck them. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay? So that's number 8. We're almost to the end, and then I'm going to get to the comments because y'all lighten up the comments. I love that y'all here. Okay, so number 9. This is one that I think so many people underestimate. They don't understand how deep this rabbit hole goes. We talk about rabbit hole a lot on YouTube. I don't think people realize how deep this rabbit hole goes on number 9. Okay, it is the hole in the movie 300 when he kicked them down. That's how deep that shit is. Okay, there's a lot of people down there. Understand that envy and jealousy that comes with success in this environment. Understand that envy and jealousy, okay, that overwhelms people in this environment. People are fragile. Fuck what you heard. We hear people all day talking about, I don't care. That didn't bother me. I don't give a fuck what they doing over there. I got my own. What he talking about? Fuck that dude. I don't care. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the BS. People are fragile, but they will Don King their lives for you because it makes them feel better. And it's a wall they put up so you can't see what's really happening. What's really happening, right? A lot of people, I'm good. I'm dead. People are fragile. People are so fragile. It could be a pot of macaroni and cheese. You could be at a friend's house for Thanksgiving dinner and you bring your mac and cheese and some other girl brought their mac and cheese and 3 people are saying, "Ooh, who made this mac and cheese, girl? I like this mac and cheese better than that other one." And that person that made the mac and cheese that's not getting the praise, she'll start hating you. That's how fragile people are. Stop believing that people are fragile. It takes about this much to break someone's psyche or fuck with their ego. About this much, just a little pluck, right? Just a little pluck. And it's that easy for someone not to like you. Understand, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you could jump higher than another person, make a better mac and cheese, run faster, have a more loving relationship with your husband or with your wife, have a sister that or brother that's more attractive than their sister or brother. It could be any little thing. And envy and jealousy, okay, will grow like mold in that other person that's watching you. Do not underestimate how vitriolic, hateful, envious, and self-hating people are on the YouTube streets. I've seen a lot of it, and it is masked as ego. It is masked as I don't care about nobody. It is masked as I don't care about. It is masked. Trust me, these people are fragile and they will come to fuck with you. They will come to throw snide remarks in the chats. They will come to try to discredit you. It is thick in the YouTube streets. It is as thick as back in the hood. And any of you, you guys grew up in the hood, or even if you haven't, trust me, the envy and jealousy in the hood is thick. It is thick, and it is thick on the YouTube streets. And if it wasn't, you wouldn't hear all the little, I got more subscribers. I got this car. I only date models. I got more money than you. I'm alpha. I'm cat. You wouldn't see that. That's how fragile people are. You know what the most confident person in the room is? The one that's quiet. The one that's like, oh, word, you got that? That's cool. But word, you date models? Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. All the while, they got a model in their bed, right? So, and YouTube is like the WWE. Everybody's bigger than life, and everybody's, everybody's peacocking, right? And Don Kinging their life. So don't underestimate the envy, jealousy, and hate, even when people act like they like you. Even when people act like they like you. Always watch your 6, okay? Number 10 is the most important of all the numbers that a lot of you I see are ignoring. So I just turned it into a musical. Number 10 is so important. And I'm glad that you rocked with me up to number 10. Thank you. I tried to go as fast as I could because I know we got things to do, right? And I didn't want to keep you here all day. Number 10. Don't underestimate the stress levels you'll experience Understand that you may not be built for the YouTube streets. I wish I had a round of applause, right? Do not underestimate the stress levels you'll experience in the YouTube streets, okay? Some of you are in denial that you're built for this place, and you are not. You are not built for the YouTube streets. If you watched me before, you know that reoccurring joke I always say, right? Once I log off, I'm going to make dinner and I'm going to do my laundry. That's what Jen's going to do. I don't know what y'all are going to do with the information Jen said today. I don't know how y'all are going to leave feeling with the jokes Jen said today. I don't know how you're going to go to sleep at night or wake up in the morning because you heard Jen say she doesn't like something that you have, or she doesn't like something about your height, or she doesn't like something about your type of hair. I don't know how you're going to take that, right? When you're talking to people, you don't know how they're going to take it or what they're going to do with it. Or they're going to be seething when they log off, right? But I've experienced almost 2 years now, people are bringing up today, December 2021, mi gente. They're bringing up things that I said almost 2 years ago. No lie. Check any chat of any channel I'm on, and you will see 2 or 3 people, okay? 2 or 3 people bringing up something that Jen said almost 2 years ago. Those type of people are not built for YouTube. Let me tell you another type of person that's not built for YouTube. If you find yourself snapping a lot at people, if you find yourself, when you log off, I'm stressed, I can't think, oh my God, look at all the time I spent on this. Why did I have an argument with that person? This person came at me. Tomorrow I'm going to log on and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. If you feel your heart doing this when you're on here, if you have a migraine, if you're losing, if you're missing meals, right? If you're missing time with your family because you're so obsessed with getting back to people and right? I've seen people here, like their whole demeanor changes. I've seen people here look like they age, okay? You're not built for the YouTube streets. My suggestion is you're probably built for YouTube. You're probably built to talk to people. You're probably built to share your knowledge, your caring, and your love. Maybe you are a very caring person, right? But you're not built for the streets, okay? Let's bring up the Bronx. You got the South Bronx, the East Bronx, right? And then you have Castle Hill, right? We all know Castle Hill because that's where Jennifer Lopez is from. So Castle Hill is where they had the houses, both parents in the home, the little 2-car garage, right? It's still the Bronx. It is still the Bronx, but it's Castle Hill, right? So the YouTube streets is the same thing, right? Maybe you don't belong in the South Bronx or the East Bronx. Maybe you need to go to Castle Hill and go up there, right? And do your nice thing and do your welcoming thing and do your thing. Because as long as you're in the YouTube streets, you're going to clash. And because there's more people in the YouTube streets that are vitriolic, that are jealous, that are envious, that are dope, but they're hardcore. And they're going to tell you how it is. A lot of you injure easily, right? And I wanted to add this note that it can be an extra stressful environment for those people that pride themselves in being diplomatic and fair in real life. Let me repeat that. The YouTube streets, okay, is more detrimental to your mental health if you are one of those people that pride yourself in being diplomatic and fair in real life off of here, right? If you're one of those people. Because here, it gets vitriolic. Here, there are no rules. Here in the YouTube streets, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I've seen it happen over and over again to people that are docile, to people that are diplomatic, to people that are sweet, to people that are nice. I see them aging. I see them shrinking. I got a panel. We all have a panel. There's about 5, 6 people, sometimes 7, sometimes 10. Everybody's all in. And that person who prides themselves, wait a minute, I'm a diplomatic person. I'm nice. I'm fair. Why are they talking to me like this? I didn't mean it that way. Why did she say that? Why is he coming at me that way? Why is he bringing up my kids? Why is he bringing up my wife? Wait a minute, right? You don't belong here. Go to Castle Hill. You don't belong in the South Bronx. And I'm using the Bronx metaphorically because that's where I'm from and that's what I've witnessed. And I've seen these people on panels just shrinking and looking stressed. And by an hour and a half in, they look mortified. Mortified. They look demoralized and mortified. You don't belong here. So understand the environment. Understand whether or not you are built for the YouTube streets. With that said, aside from them, let's get back to the people who give 0 fucks and are willing to jump into the fire. Even us, okay? We will snap, okay? We will snap the fuck out, but then we know how to come back, right? So if you're the type of person that snaps, like, hold up, wait a minute, what fuck you? And you can bring yourself back and be cool, then you're good here. Then you're good here. You're just one of the kids in the neighborhood. But I've seen people that are not built for this, men and women. And they thought they could jump in because it looks fun. And I'm going to go hang out in the hood today. No, mama. No, papi. You don't belong here. It's just going to be bad. It's just going to be bad for everybody. And it's okay to visit, but you know, it's different than living here. So you have to be very careful. A lot of people are not built for this shit, and this causes stress. And what you want to do here is monetize, have fun, talk about some serious shit, curse some people out, they curse you out, you come and you go, you log off, and like Jen said, go do your laundry and go do your dinner. If you're not thinking that, if you're 2 years later bringing up something that somebody said from 2 years ago, you have issues. Okay, guys, so I said if I finish early, I was going to do a bonus one. And this is a big bonus. I did my 10. And if you're just coming in, thank you for joining me. I did 1 to 10 most useful things that I've learned from being in the YouTube streets that you should know before you navigate the YouTube streets. Here's a bonus one. And even though it's a bonus, it's a big one. It's a pretty big one. Let me put my notes away. Yep, my trainer hit me. Okay, I'm supposed to be drinking this. Okay, so here's a bonus one. There are a lot of personal issues that people are logging on with, right? We've seen it, not just the manosphere, right? Because women do it too. It's not just about relationships. It's about people are logging on here. They weren't validated by their parents as children. Some of them have been sexually abused. Some of them have been physically and mentally abused. Some of them just broke up with somebody. Some of them just found out they can't have children. Some of them just found out their wife or husband cheated on them, right? And what people are doing, people that 1, don't believe in therapy, or 2, just can't afford it, or 3, their insurance doesn't cover it. This is the new stress reliever. I've literally heard people say, this is therapy for me. Oh, this is therapy for me, right? This is therapy for me. The only difference between therapy and this is that therapy actually makes you feel better when you leave, right? YouTube streets does not, unless you keep it light. If you log on here after your man done cheated on you, if you done logged on here after you just got fired from work, if you logged on here after your mama done cursed you out, you're going to project and take it out on everybody. And I want people starting channels to understand and know that's your audience. That's your audience. Okay. All those people are in your audience. Everybody I just mentioned with all those ailments and dilemmas, that's your audience. So that is who you're talking to. So I don't care how well-minded you are and how generous you are. And you're like, I'm going to log on and share this wonderful news with everybody because I read a book today and I want to share it and make everybody happy, right? No, you are sharing your happy with the list that I just gave you. Some of these people are mentally ill, severely mentally ill. Some of these men hate women. Some of these women hate men. Some of these people are not happy. Like I said, they've been abused sexually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and now they're logging on for therapy, right? They're therapy, right? But they're really here to project and vomit everything that they feel, all their self-hate on you, right? So you could be talking about, hey, are 50-50 relationships a good thing or a bad thing? And you could be coming in on some light shit. And you'll have 3 people on the other end couple men that got used by women, right? Maybe a couple women that their mothers were in a 50-50 relationship, or they were in a 50-50 relationship and they got burned, and they're just waiting for you to say the right thing so they could jump in, right? And just vomit all over you all those unresolved issues that they had. So this is a bonus, but it's a good bonus out of my 10 most useful things to know before you navigate the YouTube streets. It's very, very important to understand that you are not dealing with hundreds of millions of sane people. As a matter of fact, I'd say the majority have very deep rooted rabbit hole mental illnesses and issues that are unresolved, and they come on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to project on you. Okay? It is real. It is real, and you have to be careful if you're going to navigate the streets, right? So, guys, I hope you enjoyed my 1 to 10 list. If I can think of anything else as I go and as I learn, I will do another 10 list. If you like this list that I did, I can do 10 a list of 10 on anything, on relationships, on religion, on food, on friendships, on women, on men, on sex, whatever it is you want me to do. 10 most useful things you should know that I learned in my life. By all means, leave it in the comments. I'll hit that 10. If you like me doing the listing, I will do it.